Hi friends, in this video I am talking about creating a website using Django Python. For that, in the files, create a new project in your data box will appear from the current Django and rename the untitled to Poll site. Then click on create. A new environment is begun to create. Is start on this window. If you are use terminal or command prompt, you will have to be create a virtual environment like this. Now we ensure that Django is installed in system. Installing Django. Now it is okay, and now we can see that inside the pole site directory a virtual environment is created. Next, for creating the app, we have to open the terminal. Inside the terminal, we have to type python space manage.py space startup space polls-up. Here the polls-up is the application name we use. When we do this, new folder is created named as polls-up, which contains different files such as init.py, admin.py, apps.py, models.py and views.py, etc. Then we have to create a new file, a Python file named as polls URL. Then open the folder polls urls.py. On this type URL patterns is equal to give the path of the polls-up. We are using this for mapping the URL of site or pages. Path is imported from django.url, which is a simple package using Django. Then open the folder settings.py in poll site folder. Create a new path there for poll site mapping. Poll site mapping is done on this. Next, we are going to link the URL. For that, open the poll site URL files, and on this we have to mapping the application to the URL. Then open the urls.py. Then give the mapping of the polls-up by this. Then we can see that admin is imported from django.contribute and polls-up is imported from the folder. Now open the polls.url, which will be called when request is passed to a server for viewing the site. Then open the views.py. Now provide the return as HTTP response as request. Here we given a response as welcome to PolsApp. That is, we will get by run the server from Django.http response. After creating the welcome function, open the polls URL. Arguments can be used in polls URL are open. After creating the welcome function, we have to open the polls URL. Then we have to give an argument to URLs. Here a first argument is set as null. Here the PolsApp URL is imported to this file. Now we have to go to web page by python space manage.py space run server. Go to the web page by this link. Get a template of HTML. For that we have to select a template folder in PolApp directory and create a new HTML file. Name this file as index.html. We can see a HTML page like this. Inside the title body we have to type PolApp. Inside the body we have to write welcome to PolApp and saving this. Next we go to views.py in PolsApp directory and clear the return HTTP response and give render. And then give path to HTML files within templates. While doing this, when we request to server, the web page with index.html will be open. Now we can see like this. Yes, welcome to PolsApp is in website. Next we have to create a models and migration. In the models.py, create a class, name as questions. Here a question test field is created which is accept a character field with maximum length 2000. That is, question text field accept only character field values. This create another class, that is class choices with models.model as argument. Then a question ID is create which accept for this. That can be created by question ID is equal to models dot foreign key it can be created by on delete a models dot cascade function is used. Next is question choice test is created by like this. Next a variable vote is created and this is created to note number of votes given to voted. First we default size of vote is set as 0. Next operation which are needed is to make the migration. For migration we have to type on terminal that pythons dot manage dot py space migrate. Now the migration is done and applied to the settings. All actions are saved. That is okay, and next operation we want to done is create a super user. For creating a super user we have to type python space manage dot py space create super user. On this terminal we can add the username. From this time we can simply name as admin. Password is also asked. Any simple password can be added. Next admin.py is open in files of PolsApp. In that import the admin from Django.contribute and questions from .models. Here admin.site.register is used for running the question. It is a constructor used in this field. Again that is called by argument choices. Then type. For that we can type username and a password for authenticate that. Next operation need to done is create a questions and choices. For that we have to open admin page of the PolsApp and select on questions and add new questions. This is the Django administration page. On this, select on questions and add new questions. On the question test, we can type a question that is apple red and save. Question object is also can be seen on this. On models.py, we can define a function for returning the question test. Inside the function choices, another function also created for the returning the choices. On the Django administration page, we can add choices, choice test and save. Yes, it is working. Like this, we can add different choices like this. Here the choices and the questions are given. Next operation need to done is adding questions to the HTML. For that, select template directory and open index.html. On the views.py, inside the welcome function, question object is created by questions dot object dot all function. It can be returned by render request index.html. Then select template directory and open index.html. Here we have to add another field, question object is equal to question. By giving this, different questions are embedded to HTML. We can open the website through the link. On the body part of the index.html, a question test is also provided. On the web page, we can see the question that given to the Polsa page. If you want to add question, move to admin page and corresponding test field is added. Is today is today sunny or not? Is today sunny? And then save. On the polls up page, we can see the all the questions we have to made. Next option is getting options to HTML. For that, open the templates and create a new HTML file. Open the templates and create a new file name as choice. That is a HTML file and with the contain title and body. On the index.html, body part is provided with href equals to get choice method. That is a request provided by this. On the polls URL, we want to need provide a path for the question ID for getting the choice. Also, we want to create another function named as get choice for getting the choices we provided. On this get choice function in views.py, a object named as question obj is equals to question.object.get question id. Here question id is provided with the primary key. Then on choice.html, title can be added as choice.questionTest. It is also provided with a body part. On the body part, we want to create the choices.questionTest. On this HTML page, a new list is created named as type is equals to radio and id equals to choice, that is for loop.counter function is used for this, and value provided with question.id and name is provided with choice. So that inside the form we have to type input type is equal to submit and value is equal to vote. Now we can see that on the web page there is lot of choices are provided with the question. Here are the choices that yes, no, inside the form we have to type input type is equal to submit value equals to vote, that is for voting purpose of the choices. Then inside the body part, form method of the choice.html is set as post, and now we have to give path to the choices for questions. For getting the choices, path giving by views.voted. Here name is set as voted. Then open the views.py. Then create a function that returns to the choice question. The except block is given. If choice object does not exist, return render request choice.html. Next, use another try statement with choice object, that is vote plus 1 equals to increment. That is, when even time click on vote will be add with 1 and it is saved to the database. That is, even time voted on the choices increment with 1. Then open the views.py. Inside the function voted, request method is provided with post. Now we can run the website by this link. So that we can get like this, can be voted, that is CSRF verification failed. We can add CSRF token in choices by like this, that is verification is okay. Yes, this is the final polls app we created and project is complete. Now we can vote it like this.
If you have any doubt in creation of Pulse app, we can simply go through the documentation of the creation of Pulse app by Pulse app creation Django. Go through the link. Here on this documentation, the entire coding of the Pulse app are available. You can refer this documentation in case of doubt. Thank you.